Quali personaggi famosi vi vengono in mente se dico Ciop? Scommetto questi ragazzi. Ma di sicuro al secondo posto ci saranno i due scoiattolini birbanti, Ciop e Ciop. Oh, è una cosa tipo...
Sì, mi snocciola!
Buona, buona, mi piace.
Grande idea!
Non vi dimenticate, oggi pomeriggio sarò al FanCon.
Ehi, attento!
Io mi tengo in forma e poi ho aggiornato il mio look.
Senza offesa, ma non avresti più fan se Ciop partecipasse a questi eventi con te?
Io non pensavo a lui da un pezzo. Sì, dovrei chiamarlo, per sapere come gli va la vita.
La vita è il peggio. Ecco perché le serve una buona assicurazione. Un messaggio sulla linea fissa. La cosa non mi piace.
Lo so, sei arrabbiato per la cancellazione di Agenti Speciali. Mi ha chiamato la polizia, mi serve aiuto.
Ho controllato il perimetro, nessun indizio.
Perché dovrebbero essercene? 6 cartoni scomparsi in un mese e neanche un indizio.
Oh no!
Ciop.
Ciop, ti vedo diverso.
Sì, ho fatto l'intervento per la CGI. Tu che mi racconti?
Faccio un po' di questo, un po' di quello e altre banalità per riempire la...
Hi.
Hi, Dan. Hi, Doug. I'm Lucrezia. I came from Rome. Nice to meet you.
Oh, my favorite city in the world. Thank you very much. Very nice to meet you too.
My question is for both. Chip and Dale Rescue Rangers is a reflection on cinema made of reboots, reunion, and remakes. Do you see this operation as a way of introducing the past to new generation or something else?
Yeah, I mean, I think that that's one of the fun questions we're trying to ask in this movie is, you know, when are we so obsessed with the past that we are forcing it into our lives in a way we don't need? I think we live in a culture of a lot of forced nostalgia, stuff that we grew up with, and the idea that just because we grew up with it, it has to come back. It has to be in our lives still is something that we thought was kind of worth, you know, making fun of, observing, but also hopefully having a certain amount of love with also, like that the past also has its place in your heart that you always get to come back to.
And you, Doug?
Yeah, I completely agree. I think that it's what Dan said in as well, but also it's about this also the friendship at the core of this movie between Chip and Dale is about respecting also the past and revisiting it and celebrating it when you've forgotten about it and maybe gotten too far away from the things that you loved and made you who you are today. Sometimes we tendency to look away from the things that maybe make us a little uncomfortable, but really were special and important to make us the people we are. So there's also a celebration of the past in this movie that is important to who we are as a whole person and who we are with our friendships and our family and our loved ones.
Chip and Dale Rescue Rangers. I love Chip and Dale Rescue Rangers. First of all, it's a nostalgic movie. There are so many iconic Disney characters. What is your time machine for remembering the past? Movies, books, music, for example.
Google. And honestly, my parents have kept every single toy I ever owned in my childhood home, and anytime I would need to be reminded of things that were special parts of my memory, I would just text my mom and ask her to send me a picture of my closet, and she would send me just the weirdest, dustiest old toys, and they all ended up in the movie somehow.
Yeah, and I think that in terms of this movie as well, this was just Dan, we were each other's time machines. And then when Akiva came along, Akiva Schaffer, who directed the movie, it was just about a lot of remember when, or what was that thing that we used to watch, and then looking it up and being like, oh yes. So there was a lot of just three people just talking about the past and remembering and then connecting on the things that we all didn't realize we all loved and hadn't thought about in years.
Dale at the end of movie says friends are more important than any business. In my opinion, friendship is one of the greatest form of love. Is it the family we choose? What do you think about it?
Oh yeah, I hate my parents. That's a joke. I think this movie. I mean, Doug and I wrote this movie a long time ago, and it's oddly feels very much like its own weird tracking of our own friendship through the business of Hollywood. It's the idea of like your found family that you often find at work with friends that you make along the way is a very real important thing for us. It's neither of us live near our families, and to have the chosen family is very much the core of what gets you up in the morning.
Yeah, especially in this business that can feel sometimes very lonely. Dan and I have been lucky enough to have a partnership where we can lean on each other. And so, yeah, there are scenes in this movie that I think we both tapped into feelings that we've had about our own relationship and the importance of it past any business that we do together. We started out as best friends before we were writing and having a business together. And that's the most important thing for us to maintain. And so, yeah, a lot of ways that the movie is kind of a love letter to the friends you make and the importance of keeping them.
If someone wanted to transform you into a movie character, who would you like to be?
Douglas?
Oh, well, throw it right at me, Dan. You've been jumping on it and now you've thrown me. Douglas? Daniel? Movie character. Oh, man.
I mean, I'm
It's a good one.
probably I'm a Big Lebowski person. I would happily become the dude.
I'm trying to think of someone who is confident and self-assured and doesn't have a lot of self-doubt, which is what I'm filled with most of the time. So someone who's confident without being a complete prick. And nothing is really coming to mind. Usually maybe a George Clooney character who's just like, yeah, maybe George Clooney in Ocean's 11. Maybe that's a little, it's just like, I would, because I'm so not that character. I'd like to have the confidence of someone who's like, yeah, let's just do that. Let's rob a casino. We'll be okay. So I'll say that.
This movie talk about forgotten successful star. Are you more afraid of success or defeat today?
Oh, success or defeat? Yeah.
Yes.
No, I mean, defeat. I mean, it's those are high class problems to be like, I'm just winning too much. I think I'll take success as a problem over failure.
Yeah, I look, the business that we're in, it's mostly defeats. So we're in right now, this movie being out is such a big success on so many levels for us. Can't believe it got made. Can't believe people are going to see this movie that we wrote and that we worked on with Akiva with all these amazing people in it. That we're just like, this is an amazing victory lap that we're just trying to savor and enjoy because this movie got made and it's going to be out there in the world and people are going to get to hopefully really enjoy all the things that are in this movie, all the cameos, all the weird little references to old cartoons. So the success, we're taking our victory lap right now and we're going to enjoy it because, life has a lot of peaks and valleys. So we're gonna enjoy this tour.
In your opinion, is there an age limit to stop dreaming and imagining with animated feature film?
Probably like 28. That's sort of when you were like, all right, I don't know. We kind of done here? Yeah. Okay. No, of course
no.
not.
We're middle-aged men who I hope we don't stop dreaming this way. There's the animated film allows you to do things that you can't do in the real world, and so hopefully as writers and as creators we keep pushing ourselves to think of anything wherever our imagination takes us. So
what is your relationship with the Disney character?
It's
and Chip and Dale, if you want. For me,
no.
okay.
I mean, both are they're inescapably woven into your childhood. We grew up with these characters. I mean, obsessively watching these shows. The Disney Afternoon was something that played in the States as a 2-hour block of like DuckTales and Rescue Rangers and Tailspin and Gummy Bears and Goof Troop and Darkwing Duck, and all of those shows were so formative. I would race home from school. They started right when school ended, and I would race home to see them. And it was sort of the high point of my day, frankly, to sort of come home and watch the Disney Afternoon and those Disney characters as a little kid. And so it was so special and exciting to get to play in the sandbox of those characters and that world, and like bring them back to life, but in different ways and in ways that people like aren't exactly expecting. And so we're just, we love the Disney characters. It's really amazing.
Yeah, they're part of our childhoods and part of our adulthoods, I think. So, and part of the joy of doing this was really like, Dan and I would walk down memory lane, and then when Akiva came on board, he had exactly the same feelings as we did about kind of going back and just wanting to jam this movie with as many of those references that he could get through. And to Disney's credit, there's so much in there. To Disney legal team's credit, there is so much in there.
The lawyers deserve all the credit on this one.
Well, look, we had amazing ideas, and then the lawyers allowed for happening, but it was, Akiva really pushed a lot through, and so yeah, I think people are going to be really excited because it's just a constant, it's a barrage of references to old cartoon characters from your past, and I think it's really fun.
Doug and Dan, thank you for your time. It was a pleasure talking to you.
Thank you so much.
Thank you so much.
Bye.
Ciao.
Hai degli occhi così
Ciao.
strani.
Ciao.
Arrivo!
Valli a prendere.
Una meraviglia!
Corri! E poi ho sempre trovato Alvin e i Chipmunks migliori di voi. Tu sei un mostro.
Ma da professionisti! Sì, insieme! Flick, mi devi una bibita al gusto cola. Cosa? È stato folle! Chiamate il Guinness dei primati! Questo è da perderci la testa! Sbagliato!